Good morning, year three. I hope you're well and you've got through lots of your maths this week. We're going to have a look today in the second video at multiplying by 4. And I know the chaps and chapesses who've been in with our wonderful key worker children have been doing some wonderful work with their dividing and multiplying by 3. So I'm sure you guys have been doing that as well. I'm particularly pleased to have seen all the work that Leah and Ange have been doing. Oliver, I've really enjoyed seeing all your work. There's been fantastic efforts from everybody. Guys, if I don't say your name, it's not because you've not done brilliant work. It's just because Mr. Springshead doesn't keep that many names in. Okay, so what we're going to do today, first of all, is we're going to look at a skill you've looked at before, and after we've done that, you're going to move on to the second video. Okay, today we're continuing our work on shape and polygons and 2D shapes by looking at lines of symmetry. Okay, within lines of symmetry, we've got two types of lines we're initially looking at, which are vertical lines and horizontal lines. Okay, see if you can identify from your previous knowledge of that language how many of these lines are vertical that you can see below and how many are horizontal. Pause the video while you count. If you're not sure, I'll give you a little bit of a clue with my hand or my arm. Vertical and horizontal. So vertical and horizontal. Keep counting. Well done, guys. You've given that a good go. Thank you very much. And I can see there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now red vertical lines. Vertical goes upwards and horizontal lines. The horizon, if we think of when we look into the distance, we see the horizon. Horizontal, we can see 5 horizontal lines. Okay. Now, it's important we understand our vertical and horizontal lines for when we work through our lines of symmetry. Now, here we're looking for vertical lines. Now, A, B, and C, at least one of these is correct and at least one of these is wrong. So, which do you think have got the line where both sides of the line, you look exactly the same? It's almost like it's a mirror dissecting, cutting through the middle of this. So, which one do you think is correct? Or which ones, should I say, do you think are correct? Have a pause if you're not sure. Have a think. Which ones look the same, both sides? Well done, guys. I'm sure lots of you are shouting out that A and C are correct. And we can see that B isn't, because if that were a mirror, the left-hand side of that now grey shape is greater than the right-hand side. So they're different. And if they're symmetrical, they'd be the same. Okay, here, we haven't got any vertical lines of symmetry drawn, but one of these shapes could have a vertical line of symmetry drawn, and that would allow it to be equal on both sides of it. Have a look. Is it A, which looks like a green cylinder? Is it B, which looks like a blue teardrop? Or is it C, which kind of looks almost like a rolled up piece of carpet? Which do you think? Well done, guys. If you've said B, I'm sure lots of you have. So B there, guys. You could dissect it. You could cut right down the middle of B and you'd be perfectly correct. So well done, guys. Okay, lovely job. Now, if we have a look for the third one, and I know Tavon and Chloe and Ruben are going to be working really hard on this one. What I'd like you to have a think about now is, could you draw these shapes? So try and draw A, B, and C. And if you don't have any squared paper, see if you can try and draw them roughly right. If you do have squared paper, consider each vertices of a square to be where one of these dots would be. So if you look at the green B shape, you could consider that to have 6 squares within it. Okay, so try and draw these. Pause the video while you try and draw them. Next challenge is to try and draw that vertical line of symmetry for each one of these A, B, and C shapes. Can you draw that vertical line of symmetry? Let's see how you've done. So for B, we've dissected that rectangle, and for C, that trapezium has been dissected down the middle, so cut in half. Lovely job, well done. Okie dokie, guys. Now, we've got 3 shapes again here. We've got A, B, and C. Now, at least one of them has a vertical line of symmetry, and at least one of them has no vertical line of symmetry. So what do you think? Which ones have got a vertical line of symmetry and which one or ones does not? Okay, have a look at the pentagon, the irregular pentagon that's blue. the circle with a circle within it, which is B, and the orange or yellow arrow. Which ones do you think have got that vertical line of symmetry? Which ones do you think have not? Pausing while you have a think of that. I can see you shouting out, guys. I'm sure Chloe knows that. Yes, well, our green and our yellow shapes do have a vertical lines of symmetry. Sorry, guys. Whereas our blue shape, which is that irregular pentagon, because it's got five sides, looking for the camera there, that five-sided shape does not have a vertical line of symmetry. It wouldn't be possible to cut it down the middle and have the same either side of it. If you have a look at B, you can also see that B, you could cut it that way. Remember, what's that word? If that's vertical, what's that way? I'm just waiting for you to shout out really loud, really loud. Oh, you heard my ear because I heard you say horizontal. Yes, a horizontal. Now, a B, you would be able to cut through B horizontally. Do you think you would with C? Could you cut it through and have the same either side? What do you think? Yes or no? Ooh, loads of you said no. And you're quite right. I've lost the calendar there, guys. You can't do it because if you look at C, the top has got that pointy element of the arrow, whereas the bottom doesn't have that. So if we cut it horizontally, it wouldn't be the same either side. It wouldn't reflect. Right, guys, pause whilst you have a look at 5A, 5B, 6A and 6B. So you're ticking the vertical lines of symmetry, the shapes which have those vertical lines of symmetry. Just write down the letters for the ones that do. On to the next page then, where you're going to see which of these do have vertical or horizontal lines of symmetry and see whether you're correct or incorrect. And finally, here are our answers so we can see that A and C do have that vertical line of symmetry which has been drawn correctly. B is not correct due to the fact it's in the middle for 5A. We can see that only C has one correct for 5B. And then we can see that B does for 6A. And we can see that A and C do for 6B. Looking again here, vertical line symmetry for B, that I. Okay, hopefully you guys don't check this out. So I don't want to hear anybody chopping anybody's eye in half. To double check this, please. Make sure you don't, please. Yes, 3. Really don't want that. Okay, boss, I stood. Okay, and then the horizontal line of symmetry, also that eye can be cut the horizontal way as well, but so can those glasses, because the glasses have been tipped for 90 degrees, so now if we cut through them, each eye of the glasses would be cut in half, would be the same, sorry. Then for 12B, we've got that vertical line of symmetry for A, with our sun and our snowflake, and then also a horizontal line of symmetry for A and B. But the cloud is not symmetrical due to the fact that it's not even either side or top and bottom. Okay, so different. Okay, guys. Today, your main bulk of your lesson is looking at multiplying by 4. Now, when you work through the sheet today, I'd like you to have a particular look at the number line. I know from seeing our key worker wonderful children that they're good at using number lines when it's drawn for them. Now, a bit of a challenge for you if you can. Try and draw your own number line sometimes. The same as I said with the bar modelling. We're really lucky at the moment because we got these sheets. And if mummy and daddy or whoever's living with you at home is able to print them, great. But sometimes we don't have them. And if you can draw that horizontal line yourself and put those little vertical points intersecting to show how long that line's gaps need to be, that's a good piece of independent skill for you. So have a go at doing that. I look forward to seeing your work. And I know Miss Ashford's keen to see your maths as well, year 3. Thank you very much for listening so well. Can't wait to see you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, sorry, guys. Multiplication sentence for number 2. If you think about trying to write that out really clearly and see if you can maybe draw us some extra ones. It's been great seeing some of the diagrams some of you have been using so far. Thanks, guys.